Hello, Tammy Gingrow here, Body and Balance and New Aeon at Venus Rising. I wanted to share an impromptu tarot reading with you this morning, an ancient Egyptian Tehote Crowley tarot reading on the day of the much anticipated exact conjunction between the planets Neptune and Saturn. This is a exceptionally rare moment in our history, and I believe we are at an incredibly pivotal choice point for humanity. And the choice is literally simply to choose love, bliss, and joy over fear, chaos, worry. It's time. It is time, fellow beings of light, that we reclaim our power. And fear is literally pockets of trapped energy. And once we tune into the energy of bliss and joy, we transmute that trapped energy and it ripples out and has an incredible impact on our world. And so we're moving into so this is like a once in 10,000 year energy. It's been 6,000 years since Saturn, the planet of structure and rules and maturity and law, which isn't a bad thing unless the shadow side is in the driver's seat. So we want to transition to the light attributes in all ways. And we have Neptune, which is the ruler of the oceans, the waters, dream time, illusion, coming out of its own watery sign of Pisces into the fire sign of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So these two archetypal energies coming together at 0 degrees of the first sign of the zodiac truly does initiate a new aeon, a great span of time. My call to co-create New Aeon at Venus Rising is a vision that I came to this body with, a vision that the gods have been holding for the time when humanity once again chooses harmony with one another, harmony with our planet. We choose and reclaim our birthright of divine abundance, optimal health, well-being, joy, and bliss. So my practice as I work with this Tehote, the great record keeper, represents the planet Mercury, communication. We've got Mercury stationed to go retrograde in Pisces in just a few days, 6 days from now. And this Mercury transit in Pisces is about moving away from these linear, logical, mental ways of communicating back to the spiraling, receptive, intuitive, not needing to know how we know, knowing that we know is enough, trusting our intuitive receptors, our clairaudience, when we hear the voice of our higher self, the voice of God, the voice of other benevolent angelic guides, ascended masters. We are all intuitive beings, and it is time that we collectively trust in that and move forward from the universal heart mind, the oneness. Once again, we were never meant to be separated from God. So I call upon one of the names for God is Yad-He-Va-He. This system incorporates and merges and blends the Kabbalah, the ancient Hebrew, the astrology, astronomy, the I Ching, the most ancient Chinese method of divination, and the Tarot. So I call upon Yad-He-Va-He and the holy guardian angel that presides over these mysteries to give us a clear interpretation of the collective energies that are accessible and available to us right now, and how we can best work with these energies so that we might all shift into purpose-filled lives, stepping on the path of your divine, unique soul's purpose for being at this time, and learning to support one another in new and enriching ways, that there is no more competition, that we literally rise together, no one left behind, eating only healthy, local, ripe, fresh, organic food, totally refusing another bite of greed-based, poisonous, processed foods and pharmaceuticals and injections to keep us disempowered. Brothers and sisters in light, you and I are at a choice point. We can lovingly disempower these systems. That is my dear friend Liana Gable, beautiful musician channeling Magdalene frequencies. Let's now lovingly disempower these systems. Okay, I'm gonna cut the deck into 3 piles and see which wants to come through for us today. We have got this little pile in the middle. Give me just a moment to divine which of these piles has the most relevant and beneficial guidance for us as we step forward into this new aeon of Aquarius, this new aeon of love and harmony and bliss. Okay, I'm going to shuffle one more time. What's showing up for us on the bottom of the deck so far? The underlying energy is the 7 of Swords, futility. And this card represents, just a moment. This card represents the moon in Aquarius. It can be fears about existence itself. The large central sword is being attacked by the 6 smaller swords. 7s are oftentimes a choice point in evolution and in numerology. And amazingly, we've just had, of course, the new moon and annular eclipse in Aquarius. And we get this moon in Aquarius energy as our underlying energy of this reading. And then I'm going to shuffle these few cards again here as we ask once more for the most appropriate and beneficial guidance. I'll be doing a Celtic cross, and the card in the first position, we have the 2 of Pentacles. This one is Jupiter in Capricorn, I believe. Let me just double check. 99% sure this is Jupiter in Capricorn, all about change and transformation. We see the serpent making the infinity, the figure 8, and this literally, doesn't it look like 2 portals, a choice point? But this serpent is crowned. There is so much wisdom available for us. And we do have Jupiter trining this Mercury in Pisces, expanding our powers of intuitive communication and even telepathy. It's really a powerful time, and all we have to do is open up to it and say yes. Furthering or hindering that energy, we have the 8 of Cups, which is indolence. The 8 of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. Amazing. Saturn has literally just left Pisces, and you can see Saturn is not necessarily exalted in Pisces. These cups are on stagnant water. There is no flow from the upper spiritual, heavenly, higher self. That part of us that is one with the source of all creation is not online, is not informing us here when Saturn is in Pisces. But we've had, so we're moving away from the stagnation, obstruction, emotional blockage, even a sense of laziness, unclearness, and a swamp. And that is literally exactly how I felt for much of 2025. I wondered if I have forgotten how to work. I took a respite away from things that weren't bringing me joy, where I was lacking clarity. I went within. I made a choice to do whatever it is that brings me the most joy in the moment to try and make my way through this. Well, now we've got Saturn in Aries, that first sign of the zodiac, and it's really helping us. So we've got the spiritual warrior energy of Neptune now in Aries, ready to bring our dreams into real manifestation. The alchemical fire of Aries, and that first sign of the zodiac, ruled by Mars. And that is action, momentum. But it is like, again, I'm going to keep saying, lovingly disempower these systems. That spiritual warrior doesn't involve bloodshed. It involves focusing our attention on what it is that we wish to create. And we've now got Saturn in Aries, grounding that in, giving us that step-by-step clarity, how things that may have seemed impossible or out of reach or like a pipe dream are tangible and accessible. We've got to reclaim it. We've got to say, brothers and sisters, I love you, no matter who you voted for. That means diddly frickin' squat. The institutions have no chance of righting the ship. It is up to us to create the world that we want to live in, to create the new systems, and we are fully empowered to do so now. An affirmation. Let's see. It's time you consider yourself, set some limits, and say no to old behavior patterns, and say yes to love and forgiveness. And then the next card is, oh my goodness gracious, we have got some funny energy coming through here. This one is our conscious thoughts, and we have got the Seven of Cups. So 2 sevens so far, the first one in the underlying condition, and this is debauchery. And we're sort of going backwards from the 8 of Cups. And this card is Venus in Scorpio. And Venus, again, we're seeing a lot of these energies where these planets are not necessarily exalted in this sign. Scorpio being going into the deep depths of transformation, into what I sometimes call the pupa supa, because as we're dissolving and letting go of those things that do not serve us, you know, we might be swimming in that stagnant water for a while as we allow ourselves to dissolve, like in the chrysalis. This is about overactivity, annoyance, and even disgust sometimes. But then what do we do to move through that? To move through that, we return to the light within, breathing in the energies of earth and sky and breathing them into your own heart center, your eternal heart flame, the portal to your higher self, wisdom, knowledge, love, abundance. With the Seven of Cups, you might ask yourself, is there some disappointment that you have not yet worked out, let go of, worked through, released, accepted responsibility for? Maybe you're blaming someone else. We must take full responsibility for every aspect of our lives in order to move forward consciously. Have you experienced something that was just a little bit too good? What does that feel like? Have you overexerted yourself in some way where you need to put a little bit of self-love, a little bit of kindness, a little bit of nurture? And how can I change my present situation? Next card in our unconscious thoughts, we have the Two of Swords, peace. This is really about going to your center. This morning, I just did a beautiful meditation, witnessing my heart as a lotus. Do you see the lotus flower crossing the center point of the two swords? And if you imagine your heart as a 1,000-petal lotus unfolding, we find peace in our center. We've got the propellers showing the energy of the air to lighten up, to lift us up, to bring us through and out of the stagnation and back to enlightenment. This card is the moon in Libra. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. This is about inner peace and the power to make decisions, and about spiritual peace, the spiritual warrior, not ever letting anything take you out of your peace. Nothing can take you out of your peace. You can always take a breath, breathe into the lotus of your heart, feel that expansion, feel that connection to source by going through your own breath, through your own heart, and extending that peace, wishing all beings peace and love and vitality. Inner peace is a special gift. Protect it. What in your life is most especially important to you? Is it your family? Is it your home? Is it your loved ones? Is it a special gift that you have yet to offer to the world? Let's cultivate that together. And an affirmation, should you choose it, deep peace fills my heart. And now the card in the past energies, ready to leave this behind, disappointment. The Five of Cups, disappointment. This is an energy that has really been, that I have personally been working with. And I'll be honest with you, every time I see it come up again in a reading, I feel this little bit of sadness in my heart, because I really am choosing to be in joy and ecstasy and bliss. This is Mars and Scorpio. So we've got both. We've got the card that represents Venus and Scorpio. We've got the card that represents Mars and Scorpio. I have both Venus and Scorpio. Both Venus and Mars in Scorpio. It is not the easiest energy. It's really not. It's about unfulfilled expectations. But why do they remain unfulfilled? It is most likely fear of success, fear of acceptance, fear of being seen and putting yourself out there, afraid of maybe ridicule or backlash or humiliation or shame. It is time we move through, transform, transmute, transcend these energies. Let's leave them in the past. Let's use them as the fertilizer. Stagnant fermented water is good fertilizer for the garden. Let's turn this into fertilizer for what we are birthing. Let's fill these golden cups with fresh water from the stars and let it let it nourish and nurture. I think it's time to stop brooding over past disappointments and literally see them as fertilizer for who you are becoming and what it is that you have to share. Those golden nuggets, your most painful moments, are how you can become motivated, and I can become motivated to help others through the same situation. We have all got some area where we are a master, where we've already worked through it, and we can then help and support others in that same situation, right? So ask yourself, in what areas of your life do you fear disappointment? So maybe you won't even try because you think you're going to fail, or somebody told you that you weren't good enough. You know what? We can do anything that we choose and that we set our mind to. And the belief is within. And what have you learned from disappointments that you've already experienced? And how can you let go of the pain associated that and fill that void with love, with forgiveness, with acceptance for yourself? And affirmation, should you choose it, I get to know my own reality by learning to see where I fool myself or where I deny my own inner voice. The energy moving us forward into the new aeon. Here we go. Now this is an amazing energy. And with Mercury and Pisces, this is exactly what I have been talking about. We talked about it in our Conscious Conversations podcast yesterday, which I will link in the description box. Wow, this is the Magician, number 1 in the major arcana. This card is Mercury. He is literally juggling all of the tools for manifestation. He's got wings on his feet. This is such amazing symbolism, and so amazing that we were talking so much. Again, I hope you will listen to the Conscious Conversations between Elizabeth Lynch, Macklin Ring, and myself, where we really dropped into this energy that Mercury is giving us with this next retrograde period. Retrogrades are always a chance to review, and maybe we do need to really review those past disappointments and what we perceived as failures, but we needed those experiences to become who we are. Let's all find a space of gratitude for the hardest things that we've been through. This is about playful dealings with all possibilities of communication. And we have more possibilities than we have ever had before for communication, but especially those telepathic and intuitive communications and trusting in those. This is about flexibility and brilliance, unveiling your own radiance from within. So what he's juggling here, he's juggling coins, which represent matter, finance. Let's expect our dreams and visions to be funded and financed. He's juggling fire, which is about inspiration, transformation, and dynamics. He's juggling a wand, which is the symbol for fire, but that's also about philosophy, religion, and spirituality. He's juggling a scroll, which is about writing and publishing your works, even if you just share them with someone you trust. He's juggling a winged egg, which is the Orphic egg that comes again and again, that cosmic egg, that seed of all potentiality. He's juggling the cup with the snake issuing forth from it, which is about wisdom, knowing your divine and receiving in your chalice the elixir of the stars, that ceaseless light of the stars, emotions, relationships, sexuality, and a sword, which is intellect, logic, and analytics. And you have at your disposal brilliant capabilities, which you can and ought to share with others. And one important task is to find or create the proper surroundings for your creative outlets. So do some energy clearing in your home. I have many tools that can help you with that. My space is a safe domain for my creative endeavors. And where do your hidden talents lie? And how might you tap into those and maximize those? Affirmation, should you choose it, the full expression of my creative potential fulfills me and makes me happy and satisfied. And now this next card represents you and I in this present moment. And we have one of the fastest moving energies in the deck. We have the Knight of Swords. The three swifts flying along with him represent body, soul, and intellect, all being unified. He is in full gallop with his helicopter propeller wings. He is fully engaged in forward momentum, clarity of thought, and taking immediate action, unhindered, truly manifesting your dreams, not letting fear or the fear of disappointment any longer hold you back. Knights represent the fiery aspect of the element. The Knight of Swords is the fiery aspect of air. And we have got so much fire and air. Again, just having had the solar annular ring of fire in the air sign of Aquarius, this couldn't be more relevant. I would like to actually see which zodiac sign. I'm not positive. I'm going to check which zodiac sign he is representing. He represents from the 20th degree of Taurus to the 20th degree of Gemini. And it's about goal-oriented ambition, but flexible intellectual power. So just talking about all of the methods of communication that we have in the Magician, here we have this horse, and I know this is the air horse, but we can't deny that we've just moved into the fire horse year, poised and ready to take us where we want to go, to give us more momentum than we have ever had as a human species for co-creating the world that we choose to live in, no longer allowing the corruption and the greed to keep us down, to keep us separate. Together we rise, together we thrive. This is about passion, vehemence, committed action. Do you know your goals? Maybe make a joy list. That was another thing from my meditation today, that I am going to make a joy list of all the things that bring me joy and commit to doing them over the next periods of time. And an affirmation, should you choose it, I know my goal. I know what I am working towards. Each goal is just a milestone on the way to the ultimate destination, which is freedom and abundance for all. Freedom and abundance for all. The next card is the energy coming to us from the outside world. This is it feels very appropriate. The energy coming to us from the outside world. And I'm seeing that as perhaps those who are still clinging to the old system, still watching the fear-based narratives that every news outlet is spewing forth, keeping us distracted. This is the energy of the planet Mercury in Taurus, and it's about brooding, survival fears. Many of us are fearing, with the escalating costs of food and housing, our basic security is uncertain, right? So a lot of the world is entrenched in survival fears. This is the energy of watching everything around you collapse as if there is not a thing that you can do about it. But we can go to our center and find that deep peace that no one can take from you. And if it all crumbles and we take our last breath, let's take our last breath joyfully, consciously, with gratitude for all of the love we had in our lives, knowing that our eternal spirit lives on, knowing that it's up to us whether we repeat a karmic cycle or not anymore. The end of the karma prison is over. We've got a symbol inside the 5 discs. The red triangle indicates that your own energy might be blocked. The yellow triangle represents your thoughts keep revolving around a solution to find a way out, a breakthrough. The light blue crescent is about the situation touches the depths of your subconscious and goes right through you. The black oval is like a black hole where you see no way out. And the blue circle, your inner wisdom admonishes you to do something. The problem in this situation is only if you remain idle while at the same time tormenting yourself with your thoughts. It's time to, again, release the trapped fear. Focus, replace it with joy, bliss, optimism. Right now, I'm in southwestern Pennsylvania on February 20th, and the sun is shining. It is 60 degrees, and I know that when I get out there with the pups, man, nothing else matters. I am going to soak up that vitamin D and those new light codes that are coming down, and I know also that Neptune and Saturn, that's in shamanic Egyptian astrology, that is Sobek and Nephthys, and they are right there together, infusing me with the grounded ability to birth my dreams. We've got Mercury and Pisces, we've got Venus, Mars, the Sun, and Moon all in Pisces right now, infusing us with energies of hope. So we don't have to accept anything. And in fact, by us, by you and I choosing love and bliss, that truly ripples out and impacts those who are worried about the collapse of the old systems. Let them fall. Bring it on, fire horse. Burn up those old, outworn, outdated systems. This is a beautiful, beautiful energy in the position of our hopes and fears. We have the Princess of Wands, and you see the tiger of fear that she has escaped. She has completely escaped the tiger of fear. Look at her. We already talked about being in a chrysalis. She's got like these butterfly antennae on her head as her crown. She is flying with her wand in wings of flame, forging the way forward. The princess supplants the king in this deck. The hope lies in the princess, the divine feminine. She is also the element, the fire element. The wands is the seat of her throne. The Ace of Wands is the seat of her throne. The princesses represent the earthy part of the element. So she is the earthy part of fire. The earthy part of fire, that could be the wood or the fuel that goes into it. So that wood snake is fuel for the fire horse carrying us forward. This is about being freed from fear more than anything else. And that's exactly what we've been talking about this entire time. Being freed from fear, and that is your choice. You are 100% capable of releasing that trapped energy of fear and transmuting it into bliss, ecstasy, divine love, divine abundance and rippling that out. This is about new beginnings. As I said, what greater example of a new beginning than two slow-moving outer planets moving to the first sign of the zodiac just 1 month before the vernal equinox. It is time to plant our seeds. It is time to get clear on your life's purpose and get clear on little action steps. And I promise you that these action steps are going to result in an immediate return on investment. This is about increased perception. Again, we talked about how Mercury in Pisces being expanded by Jupiter and illuminated by the sun is all about reclaiming your intuitive abilities. And your old fears have completely lost their power over you. They only have power if you keep focusing on it. Our fears are no thing at all but a big giant cloak that we're afraid to see what's under it. But when that cloak falls, you see, there was no thing to fear ever. Ever, ever, ever. And I believe that this new aeon we are going into, fear isn't even going to be a word. We won't even know what it means. It is not going to be an energy that survives. We must, in fact, leave it behind in order to enter the higher vibrational frequency of the new unity paradigm. And this is the energy that is absolutely taking us there. What is the next step in your life? Spend some time in nature. Spend some time in quiet, away from your devices, and really allow your true passion, your truest desire to come to fruition, and then accept nothing less. Ask the universe and move into a space of divine expectancy where you know that it is coming. And learn about ways of transforming fearful feelings. Again, I've got so many tools to help you. Sekhmet, Transformation in the Belly of the Goddess, Temples of Light. These are manuscripts that I use regularly to help me to move into the feeling of love, bliss, achieving, feeling like I've already achieved the huge vision of building a regenerative community and building platforms and online communities and networks and collective directories for all of us to thrive and share in the abundance. And meditation. Meditation is a great way to free yourself from fear. Affirmation, should you choose it. My greatest strength is that I accept my fear and transform it into love. Aho. Okay. The final card in the outcome position. Oh my God. We have the Lovers. Wow. This is one of the two most comprehensive alchemical cards in the deck. We are all alchemists. This is completely about, so this card can represent, it represents choice. We are at a choice point and we get to choose our power. We get to be alchemists using this fire horse energy to burn away the dross, to shine, to radiate, to share our gifts freely, openly, lovingly with our neighbors, with our co-workers, with our families, with people in need, with people who are suffering. Send them a card, send them love, send them energy. Everything we do to transform our vibration from fear into love has a powerful ripple effect, 1,000-fold. Send it through the ley lines in the earth, clear stagnant energy of slavery, of the diabolical things that have been done to humans over these thousands of years. I want to erase it from her story. As Divine Mother rises again on the throne, we all rise. No one is hungry when the benevolent Queen is on the throne. So this Gemini is also about communication, very intellectual communication, but intellectual, heart-mind intellectual. Again, like the importance, the urgency, the compromise, of filtering through the heart. That is the only way forward. This is about love, attraction, intimagnetismacy, becoming intimate with magnetism, knowing that what you want wants you too. There is no want, there is no void, there is no vacuum. This is about connection, union of opposites, becoming conscious through relationship. Being able to have conscious conversations frees you. These things aren't taboo or woo-woo anymore. It's mainstream. Let's get on board with it. This is actually the marriage of the emperor and the empress. The Orphic egg is there with the serpent wrapped around it that the magician was juggling. We have the powers to transform our fear into love, and it is it's essential for the choice point to go in the direction of what is best for all humanity. And the only thing that is best, the only thing is acceptable, is the complete emancipation of the human race. So you might ask yourself, what do you seek in the people you love or the people that you associate with? And are you exhibiting those qualities yourself? And what comprises a fulfilling relationship for you? And again, are you offering those attributes yourself? And an affirmation: I am now ready to meet the partner I have always longed for. And that might be a business partner. That might be a love partner, your divine mate to your being if you don't have them. And if you are in a love relationship, what can you do to reignite that passion? What a beautiful, profound reading. And I want to share also the Anubis Oracle energy that came through for today. Newt and Gab 21, wholeness. This is about the divine love of Mother Sky and Father Earth. And again, we are that conduit, that breath that you see. Newt, the ancient sky goddess who lays her body over the earth to create the blanket for the stars, and she's infusing that loving Aquarian cupbearer elixir of the stars down onto us, and all we have to do is breathe it in and exhale back up to her, the love of our divine abundant earth that nurtures us. Go out and lay in the grass today, even if it's wet. Just get out there and connect to Mother Earth and soak up the sun. And one more card is Divine Mother Isis, Divine Mother God, the Holy Queen Mother of us all, the embodied manifestation of love. Brothers and sisters, it is our call to be love, to be the embodied manifestation of love now. Love is all we need. The Beatles had it right. Focus on self-love. When your cup is full, you have everything you need to nurture all of those that you care about. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check the description box for other useful links. Reach out if you would like your own Celtic Cross reading. I am offering them at a 20% discount. And I will put my Calendly link, and you just use the Calendly link and then pay through Venmo or Zelle or PayPal. So, if you're seeking some guidance right now, I offer coaching, one-to-one coaching, help with detoxing through the 60-day cleanse and renew. 5 days to radiance is a way to immediately learn little tips that you can put into effect that will deliver immediate results with helping you to unveil your own radiance. Blessings and love. Bye for now. Comment how this is resonating with you. This is big, beautiful, bold energy for advancing the new aeon now. Bye.